Today I will be discussing human trafficking in our community. Human trafficking is a very large epidemic that is happening all over the world. Globally, the issue has affected countries and people from all walks of life. According to a September 2017 report from the International Labor Organization, an estimated 24.9 million victims are trapped in modern-day slavery. Of these, 16 million were exploited for labor, 4.8 million were sexually exploited, and 4.1 million were exploited in state-imposed forced labors. The numbers are astonishing, and it is evident that something needs to be done. However, with an issue as large as human trafficking, we must start small and focus in on our own community. In Seattle, human trafficking is much more prevalent than most people might think. Seattle is considered a hotspot for human trafficking due to our airports and the American and Canadian border. The graph represents the cases of human trafficking per year. The map to the right displays the number of slaves in each country. The United States have some of the highest numbers worldwide. The numbers are increasing, and it is time for serious action to be taken if we want to put a stop to human trafficking. When most people think about crime issues in their community, human trafficking is not normally one that frequently comes up, despite the fact that it is the third largest criminal industry in the world. This issue is extremely common and difficult to solve. Human trafficking is very complex, as there is no black and white solution. Slavery and human trafficking have been around for a very long time, and if there was an easy solution, the numbers would not be as high and increasing as they are today. Living in Seattle specifically should force our community to realize the concern of this issue due to the relevance human trafficking has here. Learning about local issues is very important, especially when it's something as big as human trafficking. As mentioned before, the solution for human trafficking is not simple. However, we can start with education. Many people do not know the seriousness of this issue, and spreading awareness might just help save someone's life. This education will come from nonprofit organizations such as Covenant House or Unlikely Heroes. Having these organizations speak at schools would help inform the youth on what they can do to help and overall awareness of the issue. Educating the employees that work at airports or the border will also aid in decreasing human trafficking. Having an in-depth course on the signs of human trafficking and learning how to help someone who might be getting trafficked will make these places much safer. This education would be provided by the travel industries and their own private businesses. Continuing to strengthen anti-trafficking initiatives will help at the legal scale of things. An example of this would be making it mandatory for all port employees to undergo the human trafficking prevention course. Lastly, decriminalizing pornography. Many trafficking victims start with pornography. Traffickers get the urge to bring what is behind the screen to reality. Traffickers are then able to track down the people they see behind the screens and then place them into extremely heartbreaking situations. The line between pornography and human trafficking is oftentimes blurred, and this makes it substantially harder for victims to receive help. These solutions may seem small, but they will have a large impact. Passing a small piece of legislation is not good enough anymore. Getting our own community involved in the issue is going to be one of the best ways to prevent human trafficking.